can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me. Where you
Hello and welcome into the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we have a whole lot of Rocket League action, starting with CRL, transitioning into ECAC, and we'll end the night with some Mountain West live at 8 p.m. Tonight, our first matchup, CRL, Boise State versus the Titans. Boise State 11-1 versus the Titans 3-8, which looks like it might not be that close of a match, but we do kind of have Colin Risky McJunkin here to tell us all about that. And as always, I'm your host, Colby D'Angelo Alloway. So, what is Boise State doing in preparation for the playoffs?
So being at a record at 11-1, currently last beating St. Edwards, that gives us pretty much the ticket to go to playoffs, right, in CRL, which is very a big step forward for us to go into. And sort of just getting that mentality ready is we played St. Edwards last time around, right, an 0-10 team. And we ended up going Game 5 with them. Probably, you know, every team you should have respect in the CRL. You know, they made it to the CRL for a reason. They're all good teams. And sort of, I would believe going into the playoffs is keeping that strong mentality of going forward, of, like, no mercy, foot on the gas, just keep going, don't stop. And, like, if you carry that killer mentality into playoffs, I feel you really set yourself up for success.
Definitely. So tell us about Boise State's 11-1 record. What are the rest of the teams that they've gone? Who have they lost against?
So the only team we lost against was actually Columbia College, which is the sort of #1 ranked team, or believed to be able to take it all. So it's the only real loss we've taken, and we do end up playing UNLV later on, who's currently right now 10-0. So we're a little bit ahead of them in terms of game schedule-wise. But we play them later on, so in my opinion, that's the next heads-up game, right? That's, you know, if I'm a deer, I'm looking at the headlights for this game. You know, just sort of the game that sort of determines of, is first place still takeable? It's a maybe, but second place is definitely very much so up to grabs.
Definitely. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the rules of the game. Collegiate Rocket League, 3v3, Sarkar, best of 3, single elimination, and 16-team round robin. And just like you were saying before, all of these teams have made it to the Collegiate Rocket League level. This is the biggest Rocket League tournament that we have access to right now. So all of these teams, there's only 16 of them, are definitely to be respected, no matter what their record looks like.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And just like to get some advice before we get into the game, we do have Doc's keys to the game for Rocket League. And Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League are to create mistakes, punish the double commit, don't overstay, and bump opponents to disrupt. And Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. Are there any of Doc's keys to the game that you'd like to highlight before we get into this matchup versus the Titans?
I really like create mistakes, and I feel like what can really lead into that is creating mistakes in the same sense of creating disruption and demos. I feel like that in and of itself is creating a mistake on the team's rotations, and that can open up a lot for you.
Definitely. So look for demos, but don't necessarily go out of your way to get them. You need to make sure that you are in position and not creating mistakes for your team.
Especially for a strong defense as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you cannot find a gap or a way to get through their defensive line, just demo one. See what it does. See what it does. If you're rotating back, you may find somebody on the counterattack that you can just drive right through, and it doesn't create much of an issue besides the sort of annoyance. And you also tilt the other person while you're at it. So, what's the hurt?
What's the hurt? I mean, we're just checking the win boxes right here. So with that, we are going to get right into game. Boise State versus the Titans.
We do still have our regular lineup for CRL of Gil, Instinct, Durtho. And
that's the dream team.
We actually do not have any other substitutes in line for CRL, actually.
So this is the dream team, and they're going to take it the whole way there.
The entire way.
So it looks like we're kind of doing some bumping back and forth. Gil currently in possession of the ball, going to pass that over to Durtho, who's going to kind of pop it up in the air, and then it looks like just straight up score. Spoon couldn't get there in time. That is Boise State up 2 to CSU's 1.
Just find a little 50. Spoon, I think, just reads this wrong. Yeah, I just think this is going to hop off the backboard, easy little clear, but hey, it takes it by shock.
So now as we go back to the next 53 minutes and 28 seconds remaining, Boise State up 1. And it looks like Gil is currently in possession of the ball, getting that's another shot. It's going to be deflected by Spood and Fear Classic. Spood is also going to get the demo onto Instinct after they get that shot. And it looks like Benji's going to kind of pop that up in the air to defend there. And it looks like Boise State is going to lose possession of the ball as we go over to the blue.
Durtho hitting off the sidewall. Instinct with the 50 up. Durtho going to get a little bit of back touch. Resetting off the ceiling. Might get a second. Gil's going to be able to recover it, though. Classic with a lot of possession here. He gets it around Instinct. Now on the wall. Nobody in Boise State's net. Looking for the pass out mid. Durtho, the backboard defense, does clear off to the side. Spood setting it back up. Might be pass out mid before the little 50-50. Benji with possession. Gil off the sidewall. Doesn't quite get the quality touch to clear it, though. Classic off the sidewall. There might be a shot for Spood. It's down!
Boise State and CSU 2-2. 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. Spood is definitely doing a wonderful job of getting those goals in. We are all tied up. Definitely lots more Rocket League to be played, but Boise State, if they want to win this, they need to go up some points.
Having that tie level is sort of, it's a little anxiety ridden. It gets you up, it gets on your seat, but it's nothing too much our players can't handle, right? We've been in these situations before, especially against stronger teams in the CRL.
And we have 2 minutes and 36 seconds, I believe, before we went to just kind of the pause timeout.
Yep.
We have lots more Rocket League left to play. And I think this game might end up going into the double digits with the rate these teams are scoring. It is bam, 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 one after the other.
I feel like double digits is hard. Double digits definitely shows your level of dominance, but it can get to these high, 5-goal scoring games.
And at least if you get to 5, I mean, if both teams get to 5, that's double digits total, right?
True,
so close enough.
You're correct right there.
So it looks like we have Durtho just kind of on the back wall there. Ooh, gonna get that next goal is gonna go to Gil. Boise State now 4 to CSU's 2. Man, I think double digits is definitely possible for one of these or both of these teams.
That touch there by Durtho, just going for that demo there, but finds himself on the backboard with the perfect opportunity and a touch no defender on Fullerton's side was expecting.
Looks like Spood is going to demo Gil. That might be the mistake that they're looking for to score there for Boise State as we pop things up into the corner. Looks like Fear Classic is currently our POV car right now as we go over to Spood up on the side, kind of pop things up. Looks like Spood has a lot of boost, definitely moving pretty fast. Looks like Durtho's going to gain some here as Benji's going to send that into the air, and Instinct is going to spike it right back down to Durtho main, and it's going to end up in Spood's possession once again, so Boise State's got to do something tricky to get that away.
Spood up the backboard is going to be cleared out by Gil. Durtho trying to get the pre-jump, doesn't get it. Might have it on Spood, might have the shot. Gil's there, it's off the backboard. Instinct with the third man, gets the crossbar shot. Durtho's back around. The Boise State Broncos and I would find any level of kind of success with this goal. Now Spood is up, gets the 50, it's down, but Durtho with the defense. And now Gil's going to get a bang clear out to the side, hoping to reset the Broncos here.
Ooh, man, Spoot is just barely going to come in the nick of time. Instinct currently in possession of the ball, kind of passing it back to Durtho. We see somebody rotating back there. We see now Instinct rotating back. Gil's going to put that ball, gonna get a shot there, try to set it up. Looks like no goals to be had for Boise State just yet, but they are up 2 in 31 seconds. So CSU's got about 15 seconds per goal if they want to tie.
Benji getting a pretty good read here. Instinct to pass down to Gil, getting that back pass. Durtho's right on it. Spoot is kind of just ping pong to these corner walls here. Instinct with the bad 50. Gil getting caught out of possession. Durtho off the backboard gets a good little 50. Spoot sending for Benji. Benji with a shot. Instinct though. Wow.
Amazing defense. Looks like we're not going into double digits at all. Looks like 6 total points on the board, 4 for Boise State and 2 for CSU in this best of 5. So Boise State's going to take the first round. This sets them up to be able to take future rounds. What do you think Boise State's doing well?
They're just playing very aggressive. They have a lot of aggro in their car movement as well. And the thing they've always kind of done is sort of, I say this over and over again, they just play very fluid around each other. And it's sort of every touch has a quick follow-up response time. And it's not even to the sense of, oh, we're double committing a lot to the ball. It is, this ball is being touched softly. It's being touched to the mid. It's being put somewhere with purpose, right? It's not a lot of give up the ball possession. Somebody's making a touch to follow up again. And that's sort of the good thing about 3v3 Rocket League, that once a team gets in that moment and gets in that rotation period, they end up finding a lot of success.
And you need to make sure that there's somebody always there. So there's definitely lots of communication and faith in your team members. What did that stat sheet tell you?
I got a quick little glance on it, to be honest. I didn't see too much of it. Just what I did see a lot on that heat map was a lot of just shots spaced out through each team. There were a lot of shots taken, but it ended up being Boise State that could just find the creative touch on that last second that would end up creating the difference and make them go up by 2 and win the game overall.
And what are you expecting in these next couple of rounds before we get right into it?
Same repetitiveness. Winning.
Winning. Looks like as we kind of go in, we see the ball volley back and forth a little bit between these two teams, heading straight into the blue, and that might actually end up just being just barely going to defend there. We see Gil and Instinct kind of taking it away over into the corner there. We're not quite sure. It looks like it's going to go all the way across and back up into the air. This is now an aerial ball, an aerial play. We kind of see both teams kind of dancing around each other. Neither has scored yet.
Look at Gil here, Instinct with a little bit of a dribble off the sidewall here. Leaving Gil with possession. Fear getting a really good read. Gets a shot on net by Fullerton. Instinct was a good 50. Might be looking for a pass out here. Does get one touch. Looking to set it down for the teammates. A little bit over Durtho. Not able to find anything here. Gil with the pass out mid. Not going to find Instinct though. This is Fullerton's chance to put a little bit of aggression on this ball. Do something with it. It's not going to be found anything. As Instinct's just going to bang it off the corner wall, get the secondary read off the backboard. Is anybody there?
Durtho pressed the W pedal. They weren't able to get that score there. It looks like Spoot is going to pop it up into the air and send it right into Boise State's waiting tires, hands. Durtho's going to send it up into the air again, doing some impressive aerial dribbling, and then it will be sent past. It looks like Fear Classic is going to be the one that stops that goal. Excuse me there. Actually, Fear Classic is going to go around and score a goal for themselves. That's the first goal of this round.
A good little demo, but I think that's Spoot. We can't quite. Oh, it's Benji. Benji getting a really good demo just gives Fear such an easy goal. Just like that, demos create mistakes.
So at this next 50-50, it looks like the Titans are up 1 to Boise State's nothing. There we go. 3 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in this game. Lots of Rocket League to play. Boise State can definitely bring it back.
Speaking a little bit of back pass. Ooh, was not going to pay off for them, but Benji's going to get a really good demo out. Instinct not able to get a quality pass, going to be interrupted, and Spoosh is going to bang it down Boise State side.
Looks like we kind of see Instinct over there in that corner, but there are too many members for him to be able to get it past there. We pass it over to Gil. Spoot is going to be unable to stop that pass. Gil's going to send it back over into the blue. Benji is going to not be able to score. We're just kind of passing back and forth between Gil and the other side of the map right now. Durtho's going to go up the sidewall with the ball and look to set something up or just straight score themselves. Spoot is going to get that save there. 2 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. Boise State still down 1 to CSU.
Benji with the pass down. Spoot with a really good flick over one. Fear with the shot on net, but it's saved by Gil. There could be a follow by the Titans. There is not going to be Benji's caught a little bit out of position here. Instinct going to look to try and get it around. Benji with a really good bicycle hit, saving it. Dortho playing off the ball, has one touch off the ceiling, looking to get one flip reset, gets the second. It's not going to find anything on goal, but Instinct, a lot of pressure. Gil sending it back up. Dortho's up. They are not going to find the handicap goal here. It looks like it's going to find a little bit of possession. A lot of chaos, though.
That might be the opportunity there. We saw two demos come out, and it looks like it's an opportunity CSU is taking advantage of as we go into the blue side of the field, kind of staying in that corner there. It looks like there's just a mosh pit of cars as we head over into the orange. Boise State will be unable to score for the time being. Dortho popping it up in the air, hoping Instinct or Gil can follow up. They will be unable to, though Instinct is now in possession of the ball, but we see it go careening towards the blue, and Dortho's going to send it right back.
A lot of ping pong here. Gil getting a really good read off that back ball. Getting another 50 here. Instinct looking for a clear, sends it down. Spood getting a 50 might be dangerous. Boise State, and it is.
Wow, Boise State now put in the very uncomfortable position of one goal in every 45 seconds to kind of tie up here with 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining. Boise State down 2 to CSU.
It's a big momentum game for Fullerton, especially after losing that first game as well. It's definitely a morale booster.
And it was definitely close, but I mean, this round, Boise State's got nothing on the board right now, and only 1 minute and 23 seconds to do something here. Looks like Instinct is going to send that up into the air. Dortho's going to get that second touch. Ooh, Benji's just barely going to save that there, and then Fear Classic is going to send that over into the blue.
Gil was having the double touch there. Dortho read off the back wall, fakes out Spood, doesn't get it over though. Spood with the impenetrable wall defense. Instinct looking at a 50, doesn't get anything. Fair Classic, not off the ceiling. Gil is up. Gil misses the touch. Dortho as well. As two defenders, Boise State out of position here as Instinct's going to get it clear off the wall. An open net for CSU Fullerton. Off the backboard, though. The Broncos are not going to find anything right now.
Looks like 43 seconds. That is one Boise State goal every 20 seconds if they want to take this round or even tie it up. As Fear Classic is now in possession of the ball. Gil's going to dink it over back into the orange territory here right now. Dortho and Instinct pretty close to 100 boost. Now might be the time to make a super fast play. Boise State almost has a boost monopoly right now.
The Broncos got to find something. Taking this level of, they've got to make something connect here. And off the sidewall, kind of setting up Dortho. Might have a pass. Isn't going to find anything, though, in these last 10 seconds. It's going to be hard for Boise State to make up these two goals.
And it looks like as we kind of trickle down into overtime here, we see that other kind of shot on goal, but it's just straight up going to hit the backboard. That looks like Boise State losing round number 2. What do you think went wrong for them there?
The demo play was a nice play in general. And just that's something that's sort of hard to defend as a 1v1 defender. You got to take a chance on what direction you go. Jumping, trying to get around it, it's a little difficult, especially when you get tunnel vision on the ball, which I guess you could tell the player, you know, look at the big picture, but that's sort of hard to do in a game and sort of ridiculously, right? But that's just one goal. And sort of the second one, it just seems like a little bit of breakdown, right? It's this small little bump in the road, and especially with CRL and Collegiate Rocket League, you've got to be on your toes. Losing a game isn't the worst thing in the world.
Losing around, especially BSU and CSU, now 1-1, 0-0, 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Nobody's scored yet, but Fear Classic's going to demo Gil. That might be the opportunity that they need to kind of set things up. It looks like Gil is back in net, just in the nick of time there, but not fast enough to score. Boise State now down 1 within the first 30 seconds of the game.
Fullerton doing a really good job of keeping control of this ball. And these first touches are either control touches or pass touches, and they do a really good job of setting up their teammates like that. And Boise State's just not able to find a powerful clear and lead CSU to getting their first goal here.
Looks like we're going to bonk that right over into the corner. Gil's going to go ahead and get that touch straight over to Dortho. It looks like that's going to go around Benji right now. Pass Gil, Dortho back and forth. We're going to go ahead and hit that crossbar over on the left, and Boise State will be unable to score for the first time. Looks like that backboard is a very good goalkeeper right now for CSU, but Benji's not quite able to stop the shot there. Spood is going to be able to defend, and it looks like Fear Classic gets credit for the save. Dortho's going to go ahead and get a little bicycle there.
Instinct looking for a shot.
There it is. Now we have tied things up, 4 minutes and 1 second remaining. Next goal will currently take the lead, and we are 1 round to 1 round. So this next goal is very important.
Gil getting a really good demo there, but in my opinion, either way, without the demo or not, I think Instinct put enough power on that ball to make it either way. No CSU defense in sight.
So it looks like as we kind of go around after the 50-50, the ball is really high in the air there, and we're going to see Durtho kind of send things over to the orange side of the court. Gil's looking for that goal, looking for it, circling like some sharks here. Spood's going to get the demo onto Gil, and that's really going to put a wrench in Boise State's plans. Actually, no, it's not. Durtho says, I don't need Gil to get the goal. I'm just going to go ahead and full send it there.
Getting a good little 50. The opposition 50 team play, you know, it's something you don't expect, especially from your own teammates. One of the things you can't really read the ball on either way, but just going right out the kickoff anyway. Fear's having a lot of control here, getting 50 right off the bat. Doesn't get a good save, and Durtho reading that.
This is the high score Boise State team that we need. Boise State 3 to CSU's 1, 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. So we watch that replay. Durtho's just going to send it right in there. Fear Classic unable to do anything to stop that.
Like an open book.
Looks like we see this next 50-50. Who's it going to go the way of? It looks like it goes the way of CSU over to the blue side of the field. But now we're over in the orange. Fear Classic doing defense against Durtho's shot. Now we are back at the corner, hitting things over into the blue. Durtho's now the next one with that touch. Going to dribble that right around Spood. Just kind of straight yoinked that ball.
Yo, the good pass out mid. Instinct of the shot. Fear Classic from that top-down defense. Gonna pay off for CSU here. Now pass out mid. Spood having one touch. There's going to be no follow-up though as Instinct sent it off to the sidewall. Durtho might have possession here as Benji passes around, giving up a little possession off the sidewall. Doesn't get the 50 looking for it, but Gil's that defensive player looking at. Gets it over one. And Benji not able to make any type of defensive play, but Fear Classic getting the clear is up, gets the second touch. But CSU's not going to find anything here.
Looks like we see Benji in possession of the ball. Nope, by line. Instinct is going to take that immediately away. We just say a mosh pit of cards there for a second as Fear Classic and Durtho are warring for the ball. Durtho's going to get a shot on goal. It will be saved by Fear Classic, of course. We see Durtho playing passy pass with the side wall there, and we're going to see Instinct try to set up for a shot, and Fear Classic says no, yet again.
Oh, Benji with the pass, but Spood doesn't have enough boost to do anything with it. They're just going to have to flick it out to be a wall. Wow, Spood. An unexpected angle there.
Looks like Boise State now 3 to CSU's 2. They have no more comfort padding, right? Next goal, and they tie and might take us into overtime. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining at this next 50-50.
At the kickoff, Durtho's is going to win in their favor, getting chased down by Spood. Gil with the sidewall defense, sending off to the corner, is going to get bumped, giving Instinct enough time to get one touch. Benji's going to send it out.
Wow! Now Boise State's padding goal is gone. We are 3 to 3, 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. We saw that assist, we saw the pass come out. Just Instinct was unable to do anything about that, and Durtho just gets passed right by mere inches, misses disrupting that ball.
CSU, for just what I'm looking at, does a really good job of passing back and forth to one another and has a level of luck on their side right now that's really benefiting them.
Looks like Fear Classic is going to send that straight mid and right into Instinct's waiting hands. Benji's going to go ahead and pass that. Instinct is going to bump it over up to Gil on the side wall like Spider-Man. Going to send it back to Instinct. It looks like Spood's trying to get some shots on goal, but Durtho's going to take it straight main. But now Benji, is going to take things over into the blue side of the court.
Spood with the touch down is going to disrupt Gil.
That was scary.
Ironclad defense, though.
All three members of Boise State were just there, passing the ball back and forth, and everybody's time to defend.
Just as I was about to say, BSU's kind of looking for a clear here, and that's what they get. Instinct attempted to pass down midfield, doesn't get it. Getting a little 50-50 combined with Instinct. Gonna win it. Durtho might have a second touch here, going up with the ball. Gil is mid, gets the pass out, beats one. Gil with the shot is not gonna find the angle. Instinct, however, is gonna try and follow up on this ball. Gets one touch, looking to get over the second. The air dribble is not gonna work out in the favor of BSU.
Oh man, but Durtho's gonna get that score there. 50 seconds, we are still tied up, 3 to 3, 46 seconds and ticking down. Gil currently in possession of the ball, but there are CSU defenders ready in net.
That clock ticking down is getting dangerous here. Durtho out to the sidewall, looking to get a pinch, does get it successfully. Benji's gonna take control, popping it up. One more touch, gets the flip reset. Doesn't get the second, though. That's where the play ends. Instinct with the shot on net. It's going to be deflected by Spood. Going out the 50 off the corner wall. Might be a good little mid pass. It's going to be disrupted by Spood, but BSU still on this gas pedal here. Not going to find anything to avail them.
It looks like now we need to get, now they've got their clear and we're on the defense there. Ooh, big crossy goal, just gonna be saved from Benji there. 4 seconds, we see that ball high in the air. Both teams wanna kind of keep it. No, they don't wanna keep it there. We are now overtime 3-3. This is round 3.
Both are pretty smart to their advantages of passing a lot around each other. Instinct with the high ceiling touch. Maya the second. No CSU defense is up. Dirtho with one touch off the ceiling. That defense is going to be up in the air now as Spood's going to take control on that ground play. Benji now with the potential shot off the backboard. Is there any follow-up? There is, but it's deflected off.
And it looks like we see Spood up on the side like Spider-Man, but Dirtho coming in like a hero from above, getting that almost shot on goal that will be bumped away by Benji, and then right into Instinct and Gil's waiting hands there. We see Gil not able to get that second touch. Dirtho's looking to touch it here. They're just gonna straight miss that as Spood takes it, kind of yoinks that around.
Looking for a pass in that backfield. Gil is gonna get a little bit of a bump on Spood, messing up. The shot is gonna be over. Benji looking to recenter. Instinct getting one beat. Dirtho's up. Gets one touch, looking for the flip reset. Gets it over one.
Wow, that was so close. Benji was in the net to get that save. Physically, we see things popped up mid. Man, Crossy's gonna kind of come in clutch there, as well as Instinct just barely getting that save. Boise State now on the defense. We see several of the members up in the air, but their boost is so much lower than CSU's right now in that demo. This might be the end of the overtime here pretty quick. BSU can't get a clear, and it looks like they've got the clear.
That demo on Spood could open up a lot of space. Gil's going to try and get the deflect there. Doesn't get it, but Dirtho's there to clean up. Benji with the shot is going to be banged downfield. Spood's going to pick it up, get one touch. Is going to read for the second, might try and get the third. Does get it over Gil. Does Spood have the boost to finish? Does not. His Instinct's defense comes in clutch there. Pass out mid, isn't able to follow up. Dirtho with the shot is not going to be able to have the chance to follow it up. A lot of room here to operate.
Ooh, that was almost a score for Boise State there, just going a little bit left. That might be the mistaken rotations that Boise State is looking for. We see Fear Classic kind of taking it in the blue. Gil's looking to send it over into the orange, but Spood's, ooh, Instinct says, let me get that big clear. Fear says, let me yeet that right back at you. And Gil says, not a goal on my watch today.
A lot of room, a little bit double commit coming from Boise State. Dirtho trying to get the cheeky little touch, isn't going to find it. Gil, the shot, the backboard is dunked down.
There it is. Boise State taking round 3, now up 2 to CSU's 1.
A little bit of a mistouch here, and you know that should end the overtime, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
We just had to watch the glorious goal one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Of course.
A 2-minute overtime, though, a 2-minute 30-second overtime
That's a long time.
is draining. I mean, and that's sort of like, overtime's one of those things where you feel the nerves. I mean, you kind of, and that was back and forth. Fullerton was definitely on their game and sort of playing around their strengths of really kind of, you saw this interconnectedness with the team of passing out a lot, of really knowing kind of spatial awareness to a degree of where is my teammate, where do I need to put this ball to give my teammate the best chance to score. It wasn't a whole lot of let me take the solo play to try and get this goal by myself. It was a lot of I'm going to carry this ball in my car and I'm going to push it to my teammate who's then going to put it in net. If that's not the most basic formula to winning in Rocket League, and Fullerton did it really well. Gave Boise State a lot of trouble and a lot of, getting the heart racing.
What do you think is the big reset both of these teams need to do after 2 minutes and 30 seconds of overtime? That is half a round, just concerned that the next goal will end the round.
I think they're both playing to the strongest ability that they can. If Fullerton keeps up the passing state that they have, realistically, the only reason why they won that last game was this missed touch by their backboard defense. But nevertheless, if they keep this passing gameplay up with also the combination of their first man taking a more demo-based priority role after first touch, they could see a lot more success through Boise State's defense.
And as we head over into the orange, Benji's going to get that touch on the ball. It's been sent right back to Fear Classic, who's kind of sending things back and forth on the side there. Now we see a massive clear for Fullerton over in the blue. Now the teams are just kind of warring over the ball in midfield here, bouncing it back and forth. Now it's over in the blue. Now it's back over to mid. Gil's going to full send it straight to Benji, who's going to pass it to Fear Classic.
Benji now getting one touch up. Fear Classic's up. Dirtho's also up. Is going to get a touch out mid. Spood's going to take control, but Dirtho getting really good 50 down. Benji's up and makes a misread. Could leave a lot of room for Boise State to work with, and the shot the backboard saved by Fear Classic while also dodging the demo.
Looks like as we kind of go over, that is almost a shot on goal, a little bit too far left and crossbar. We see Benji and Gil just kind of warring for that ball there, but it's Fear Classic that will get that clear, I think. No, now it is Dirtho sending things over and trying to defend the net. All three members of PSU are in the net, so I'm not actually, now there's only two as Benji gets that demo on instinct. That might be the opportunity that they need here.
Ooh, the low play could work out in their favor. Dirtho trying to get a 50, does get a good half flip. Might get the flick, does it beat Fear Classic? Does not. Spood, however, the backboard defense now got to come in clutch, and it does. However, the Dirtho's there to quickly follow up with the ball. Benji now out mid. Is Fear Classic gonna get one touch, but Instinct's gonna be able to carry this ball. Looking to carry off the ceiling. Doesn't quite find anything, but Spood's back on it, sending out mid. No Fullerton follow-up though.
Both teams ready to zoom. We see some high boost. Benji's using that really, really quick there. Fear Classic is going to go ahead and get some, and it looks like we're going to send things over to Spood, who's going to spike things down to Fear Classic, set up main, crossbar, best goalie of all time for Boise State here tonight, and then Dirtho's going to kind of try to send things back main, but that will not go according to plan.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, gonna get that demo though, so that might be the opportunity Boise State needs to full send this all the way into the orange.
Spood getting a 50 off, sending it to their corner. Benji trying to make a read with Gil. Gil making the excellent read back. Getting the demo to Fear Classic gives them a lot of room and opportunity. Dirtho sending it out mid, but there is no follow-up. Instinct just playing keep around. Gil gonna try and follow this up with one more touch. Does get the pinch. Ooh. Puts a shot on net, but is gonna find it. Spood over Dirtho. Instinct last line of defense is going to activate.
Benji on the demo on the Dirtho. Boise State having to play a little bit more passively here. Gil on the defense, Instinct on the defense now. We're seeing a shot on goal. Spood and Fear Classic are looking to just kind of pincher Dirtho in that corner. But it actually looks like things go Dirtho's way as he passes it to Gil and sets it up main and then just kind of gets ran into.
Instinct faking a little bit. Gil to be that third man, go in and get that save, get that credit as well. A lot of saves for both sides of these teams. In terms of accolades, the mid shot isn't going to find anything. Fullerton attackers are going to say no to that one. Fear Classic might have the shot, does find the corner, but Instinct's going to read that and go ahead and put a stop to it. But Fear Classic right back on it again.
Gil is still there to defend, so Boise State still not without a defender there. We're going to pass things over to Spood, and then now Dirtho, passy pass, back and forth between the walls. Spood has rotated back to defend, but Instinct is kind of the second wave, second shot, and then we see even Gil come back there as well. But it's just so high in the air, and Benji has possession of the ball, so there is no goal for Boise State forthcoming.
Classic making a really good read there. Dirtho trying to make a play with Gil. Instinct's up, gets the touch off to the corner here. Benji's there to pick it up with just about a minute left. Somebody's got to find an opening. This might be the one. Isn't going to find it though. Benji gets the clear. Dirtho pass out mid. Instinct to the corner. Looking to get a read. Doesn't find it. It's on goal. Not going to find anything as Gil just going to try and keep play away.
This almost feels like overtime. We're still 0-0 with 42 seconds remaining. I think the next score that happens just kind of wins the game if we don't just go to 0-0 overtime.
Oh yeah, definitely keeping it lively for both of these teams. Not a whole lot of quality shots input on net, just so to speak. But all it takes is that one. You just got to find that one that's going to get through.
Ooh, massive clear for CSU, sending Boise State over into the blue. Gil's going to kind of punch that straight through main right into Fear Classic's hands, but Dirtho is there to get the save and the shot and the demo. Man, I almost didn't see what happened there. Instinct's going to get the demo on Spood, and I think we're heading into overtime.
Dirtho!
Just barely, not quite. Dirtho's going to come in and get that Boise State. Now up 1, 2 seconds remaining. Can CSU do it? Off the 50-50, do you think?
2 seconds. It's doable. Never say never in Rocket League, but boy, is that going to be hard. It's going to be hard. All right, with that 1 second down, Dirtho's up. Fullerton's got to keep this ball up, but they want to keep it alive. The touch off the backboard.
Nope,
Benji not able to make the touch to save the team, and just like that, Boise State's going to take game 3 and take the whole dang series.
Yep. So that was Boise State versus the Titans. Boise State 3-1. And honestly, that 3-1 feels really deceptive because one of those went into overtime, and then the other one, the first goal was scored within the final 2 seconds.
Yep. It was definitely. It took a lot. It took a lot to win it, but nevertheless, you know, Boise stays out on top and just keeps the record alive. Moving forward, 12-1 now as CSU moves on to 3-9 now. So.
And Boise State is always looking for new students to join us on varsity teams as well as broadcast staff and on-air casters. Top talent along with good grades and eligibility can improve your grades and chances as well. Go to boisestate.edu/esports for more information on how you can join the Broncos. And as we kind of transition into that, what are your thoughts?
Sort of going forward into it, going from CRL to now just sort of mentality swap, like we said before, cleaning up so well and playing so strong. I did find it interesting that so many of the passes back and forth were very short field passes. They were barely off the net trying to find this little tiny gap, and it were these last second micro touches that would end up saving the day. And of course, it's that one just back of the midfield passes, backfield pass that 2 defenders in net are not able to react to. If you're going to have power on that ball, it's going to be hard for a defender to get it, and that's exactly – I was going to make that note during the game, but I didn't need to make the note because Dirtho did it.
Definitely. And do you think that there are any players worthy of, like, kind of player of the game just for later in the night?
For later in the night, you know, all 3 of them are sort of always stand out. And, you know, the big thing is Dirtho is always going to be that standout player, right? Really aggressive on the offense, and we see that name pop up so many times at the goal explosion. But if there is going to be a player that I think is really going to stand out, my future prediction it's going to be Instinct. It's been a while since I've really seen Instinct like pop off to the degree, and I don't know. It might just be a feeling, it might just be a guess, but you know, I'm going to point out Instinct for that.
Great, and stick around because we have more Rocket League action. We do have ECAC up next, and stick around after this short break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena here tonight, where we have a ECAC matchup here for you tonight as we near that end of the season feeling. All the players got their jitter up. We got this momentum, especially from, the CRL matchup that we just had, which is definitely way more competitive feeling that we got going for you tonight. But nevertheless, we got a lot of Rocket League for us tonight, and we're definitely in the good mood for it. I am your host, Colin McJunkin, and with me on the desk tonight, you guys know her, D'Angelo. So, kind of going into this end of the feeling, right? CRL is entering this playoff feeling as well. So are we doing that ECAC. We're not quite there, but what do players need to focus on to keep that playoff feeling sort of going?
So the first thing I want to mention as we kind of get into the home stretch, we've played a lot of Rocket League tonight. I mean, that game went massive. That game went into overtime. That was a pretty stressful game. I would advise the players to, get out, touch some grass. That's why we had the break there. They're coming back, and we've got the same lineup. They're coming up fresh and ready. And I think the most important thing will be the mindset. Now is the time. Now is not the time to, troll. Now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to come at them with everything you've got, because we're in the final couple weeks of the ECAC, and if we want to win again like we did last year, we got to kind of keep that gas pedal on W.
Pressing that W key and that right trigger. That's the other thing. It's a right trigger compared to keyboard. We actually don't have any keyboard and mouse players on this lineup, but we do have one. I believe it is Hoosh. Hoosh is our only mouse and keyboard player. That's a pretty good note to take, but nevertheless, rules have changed a little bit compared to CRL, but for ECAC Collegiate Rocket League, it's 3v3, same format that way. It is a best of 7, so that is a little bit different. We do have competitive maps, and that's just sort of your regular maps, nothing just too crazy if what that means. And the golden goal, sudden death, in overtime, we don't know what that means. One to score, wins it all, and takes all the glory. That's kind of the setup, but in order to keep that kind of moving forward and to take that best of 7 series away, we should take a look at Doc's keys of the game, help our players out. In Doc's keys of the game, you've seen them before. In Rocket League, set the play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and have those sweaty comms. Doc's keys of the game are brought to you by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes in both free and paid entry events and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. So keeping that momentum that we kind of talked about, and just while it's on the screen right there, we do have the same kind of lineup. It is Dig, Dirtho, Instinct, Gil. That's the code name for it.
Digging for the win.
I actually think it's a great combo. Actually, it's sort of shout out to Coach Moore, who probably made that combination up. But either way, but keep the same players. What do you think they got to focus on for this ECAC match to keep it lively?
Well, like I said, the mental reset is going to be important, but also passing back and forth. That was something that the Titans did really, really well that Boise State wasn't as strong on. And if they can kind of take that strategy and take it into these next couple of games, I think they will be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, we always talk about passing too much. I feel like passing is that forgotten thing that is solo plays are so important and in a competitive sphere, right? It happens a lot at the highest level to the collegiate level or in your ranked matches in general. You always want that solo play. You always want that clip. But sometimes more than anything, that pass out mid, it doesn't look flashy. It doesn't look great. But that backboard pass or that pass out mid catches the defense off guard. It's enough to set up your teammate and isn't winning the end of the goal. End of the going?
Way more flashy to win than to get a clip at the end of the game. I mean, right, especially as we're approaching these last several weeks in ECAC, it's not about the highlight reel, right? Yep. It is about winning the games. Boise State wants to take this for 2 years in a row.
Go post it on TikTok if you want. Right off the bat, though, looks like Blake is probably what I'm going to end up calling it for the rest of the night. There might be a shot on net here before we can even say anything.
So does Boise State down 1-0-1, 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining.
Just like that, so fast, but more often than not, we end up recognizing that those early game goals don't mean too much.
So it looks like as we go that next 50-50 is going to go the way of Everett as well. We do see Instinct kind of popping it up in the, ooh, gets that first touch, not able to get the second one. So it looks like AU is going to be the one to kind of send things over. We do see Durtho, Instinct passing it. Boise State's looking for a shot on goal, kind of bouncing things back and forth around in both corners.
Gil Nahavi looking to beat one, does get the 50 under. It's going to result in the Broncos' first goal of the night.
That was an empty net. You just see Gil kind of roll forward there. You see AU kind of miss the touch, and then Gil's like, all right, don't mind if I do.
The classic, the opponent goes up, you go under. Pretty standard geometrics there.
With State 1 to Everett's 1, 4 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. We see Durtho demo that guy, which is very important, kind of creates that mistake, and lets Gil get that score. That's Boise State now up 2-1.
Gil with this speedy double touch here. Double touch, wow. And just nobody in net can possibly read that or defend that, especially when you're out of position like that.
Feels like as we go the way that the next 50-50, 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining, Durtho's going to kind of take things up on the sidewall, send things down to Gil. Will Gil be able to get the miracle third goal within like a minute here? Not quite yet. We do see Instinct get that shot and then pass things back to Gil. Boise State is all in on this gas pedal right now.
Which they rightfully should be doing. They rightfully should be doing either way. Durtho with the pass out mid, doesn't quite get it. Austin's gonna find the clear. Gil centering her right back up, doesn't find the double tap. Instinct now on that backboard as well. Gets one flipper set, gets the second. Durtho is gonna steal it, but we're gonna give Instinct all that goal credit.
And it looks, this is what you were talking about, the setup versus the highlight reel, right? Instinct got all the setup, but Durtho ends up getting, you know, the little show. But we're here to give the credit to Instinct. Boise State 3 to Everett's 1. 3 minutes and 31 seconds remaining. Gonna send that ball straight up into the air and straight up into Durtho, waiting.
Blake now having the touch, looking to go around. A few too many touches, isn't able to dodge Durtho quite on it. Gil to having possession from that pass out. Up off the backboard as well, gets the touchdown, is going to hit Crossy. Doesn't find anything for it, Durtho up. Gets the second, a little bit of a just a mosh pit happening in this little corner as Advert's not able to find any kind of breathing room here.
Wow, and it looks like Instinct should have sent that straight sailing. Like, we saw the touch, and that was a beautiful arc there. We get to see Durtho kind of pop it up in the air. Instinct is there, and then that beautiful arc sending it up right into the upper right-hand corner.
Just a tad bit faster. Hold on that boost button a little harder.
Boise State now 4 to Everett's 1. 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining, counting down.
Oh, it is turning into a little bit of a highlight reel now, Broncos. Instinct just getting a beautiful little double touch. No defenders there for Advert University.
So as we go into the next 50-50, Boise State 5 to Everett's 1. 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. We do see Instinct kind of like bouncing that ball back and forth.
It was a good save by Alex there. A little bit of confusion coming out from Everett's defense here. Gil is up with the shot down. Gil with the hat trick here. A little bit of miscommunication on Average University side, not quite able to find something. They think to get a little bit of breathing room, and here comes the Broncos soaring across the sky. Put that one in net.
So now Boise State 6 to Everett's 1. 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining as 50-50 goes straight 50-50 along that line there. Boise State has a boost advantage, kind of tickling down as they use some of that. Durtho's going to get a demo onto Bloke, and immediately after that, man, Instinct gets all the alcohol odds for that one.
So there's a solo played out beautifully. That almost a little bit of a breezy. Didn't quite get underneath there, but 7-1. Brazilian the other team.
Ooh, and it looks like Durtho's gonna kind of get that defense. There is nothing else Averett's gonna get on the board right now. It looks like AU's trying to do something with that 100 boost just up on the side there. They will just kind of leave. It looks like they're gonna pop that up in the air. Balok is gonna try to send it back down, but there's some clunky passing going on, and then Gil's gonna send it straight over left field, over to Instinct ideally, who's gonna try to keep that ball over the heads of Averett.
Durtho getting the flip set, going a little too fast for Gil. Almost had a beautiful little touchy-touch passing play. Durtho now, the defense is going to get it. That guy just pressed a little bit too far forward. No defense for Averett inside. Durtho getting a good little touch. If there was a defender there, I imagine it'd be very hard to read this.
So it looks like you just kind of send it, and then Durtho gets the touch, and there was no defender in sight. Feels like Averett, their defenders, just Boise State is right in those nets all the time, and Averett's not ready for that as this 50-50 goes actually the way of Averett, but it looks like Boise State Instinct is going to send that over into the orange and force them to defend, which they are unable to do. Durtho's going to get that assist there, but this game is kind of devolving into the Instinct highlight reel, not going to lie to you.
You might end up getting your double digits game here. Well, in total, we already are. We're at 10 goals total, but Boise State with a minute, 26 seconds left, I suspect they're going to end up putting another one on the board here. Maybe two.
Looks like as we send things over into the blue, Durtho's going to kind of ride on the ceiling. Send things over into the orange. It looks like Bloke will send things back into the blue, back into the orange. We're kind of popcorning back and forth here, and we see Durtho put it up in the air. Looks like Gil might be the one to score here, kind of setting things up. Durtho gets that touch, a little bit too bouncy, gonna bounce too high as we send things over to Instinct with 1 minute remaining. Will we get our double-digit game?
Durtho's gonna pass Instinct. Instinct off the backboard, it's up, trying to get the read, it's out mid, it's Gil there, Gil in, but doesn't find quite it. It's Averett University time to regroup and find some kind of counterplay. That guy, Paul, is trying to look on the backboard. Doesn't find anything. Durtho, speaking of, is on the backboard. He's not going to find anything.
Looks like Skill is going to kind of send things over. We have 30 seconds remaining. Will we get our double-digit game in these final 30 seconds? That demo onto Gil says maybe not for these next couple of seconds here.
Oh!
But then Durtho says absolutely. Look at all those alkaloids.
Every member of Boise State getting a hat trick here. Really sort of Boise State as a team has sort of been outpacing Averett.
So now 10-1, 22 seconds remaining. Averett might just want to go next round here. Kind of mental reset.
Yeah. Oh, a good demo. They could end up finding one. And they do. Awesome.
I mean, they've got 2 to the 10. They've definitely got their, like, ego goals right, but I don't know if they can make up those 8 points in padding that Boise State has right now.
If they can keep up that mentality of chasing the demo and demoing certain key players, pretty much almost all 3 of the BSU players,
yeah,
they could have a chance to retake it back in that second game.
They definitely learned something in their final, like, that second goal there. You get the demo, then you go rolling in. And honestly, on to key members, just pick any of the 3.
Exactly. Or just pick the one who's closest to the net.
Yep.
Sort of just like an absolute, I mean, just total shots, percentage, the boost used, side control, and just the amount of accolades on the side of BSU.
86% of total shots taken. Boise State is in there. They're aggressive, and Averett cannot keep up. That is the most one-sided we've seen in a lot of ECAC for a while.
Yeah, and sort of that also kind of tells the tale a lot of being the former champion as well. There's a lot of dignity that goes with that as well, and sort of just keeping up that momentum. And it is sort of, as sort of a player in itself in the ECAC tournament, it is a lot of, you're going to see a lot of different teams and a lot of different players as well. So you're just going to see a level of randomness and variety. And we did see a little bit of life from Averett University as well at the end. So I wouldn't exactly count them out, but it is going to be a long ride if they don't change something here now.
And they have what they need to change, right? Like, you get the demo, and then you immediately get the gold demo. Like, you kind of send 2 cars in there. One of them's job is to just straight up demo, and the other one's job is to maybe pass or get the touch or get the actual goal itself.
It's a recipe for success. Now it's just up to Averett University if they're going to follow the right steps to make it happen. But if they don't stop Dirtho here now, it could spell disaster, and that's exactly what they do with that guy Paul getting a save and is up. Instinct now to pass out mid. Dirtho's going to control it, sending off to the wall. A little bit of double commit out from the Broncos there. Dirtho getting one flip, does get the second, isn't enough.
Wow. Boise State took the demo advice. Not the team we were hoping for, but I mean, the first goal is a Boise State one, so can't complain.
1-0 in the first maybe 25 seconds of the game. Yeah, 20 seconds of the game.
4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Boise State up one, and this nest 50-50 goes the way of the blue. Gets popped straight up in the air. There's nobody to kind of catch that on the ground there. We see Instinct and that guy kind of returning to that side of the field. Now Gil is kind of getting some dribble action there. It looks like bobbing and weaving through the enemy team. Gets a shot on goal, but is not actually able to get the goal, but sets Dirtho up for something main, possibly? No, that looks like it's going too far left. Now it is Dirtho that's going to try to set somebody up here. Dirtho and Gil in the midfield just playing keep away from that guy.
Instinct's now up. Doesn't quite get the touch looking for. Dirtho, however, staying in control of the ball. Was going to go off the ceiling there more than likely, but gets demoed. But Gil at the second touch isn't quite able to get the third, but Instinct is there for the follow-up.
This game really does feel like the Instinct highlight reel. I feel like far and away Instinct has scored more goals. They've definitely done lots of assists, but I mean, this really just seems to be boiling down to a goal-scoring game, and Instinct's doing the most of that. Boise State 2 to average 0.
About under 4 minutes left to play, though. There is a lot left of video game to play. Owls might have a shot here. Gil's going to get the touch just off the tip of the car. Going to find the clear. Gil setting it up. Instinct in the backfield, looking to pass down. Gets a pinch off the backboard. No Boise State attacker is going to find anything for it. Bloke going to get past one. Might try and get past the other defenders. Owls is going to get a really good stop to Instinct's dribble play there, but Gil has a lot of room to work with. He's going to send it over. Gets bumped, actually, and that ends the play effectively immediately.
Looks like as we send things over into the side, go up the wall, Balok and that guy now kind of have the ball. Instinct trying to pass to Dirtho across the way, but it looks like Balok is going to kind of subvert that a little bit. Bounce off the backboard, gets that second touch, third touch, does not quite go the way that Boise State was expecting there, and now AU's in possession of the ball.
Balok's going to get a really good clear for Averitt here. Dirtho getting a little bit of mistouch on that corner, is going to control excellently, though. That guy's going to put a shot on net, but it's saved out by Gil. Owls might have a second, does get a little bit of ground shot there. Saved by Instinct. That guy's going to go to miss the touch. Instinct looking for a pass or a flick over, does get the one. Dirtho's not going to find the net here this time around.
Instinct dribbled that all the way back, and it looks like that guy's going to send things over into the blue. Gil up on the wall like a spider person, sending things straight main. Instinct is going to go ahead and take that away, bounce off the backboard, and maybe set up Dirtho for a score straight main. No, not quite. Dirtho is going to get the touch. No score forthcoming yet as Gil sends it close to the goal, but not quite there.
Dirtho keeps trying to find this like cheeky little corner angle, but is not going to find anything for it. AU's going to find... Oh, that guy getting a really good flick, but it's saved by Dirtho. And no shot else. Dirtho being stalled in the back of the net. Average University to score is... That window is closing ever so slightly as they let BSU take more ground.
2-0 though. They've definitely upped their defense game from round one in these final minute and 40 seconds there. Now Boise State 3-0. In these final minute and 43 seconds, I believe here. We see Instinct just kind of come in from the side, go right, sailing right over that guy and into the net.
About a minute 40 here left to play. Not as much game left to play, especially when you're 3 goals down. A little bit of demeaning as a player to do that, but it's all up to Averett University's mental capacity and kind of fortitude to come up with a plan and formulate a counterattack here. As they look to be doing one here, but Gil's going to send up to the corner. AU's isn't going to try and make a read off that back wall. Dirtho's up, doesn't make the touch. Instinct is in the air, does going to get it, but that guy Paul making a good save in the air.
Bouncing things back and forth. It looks like that guy now has possession of the ball. Psych, Durtho's going to take that right away. But it looks like AU says double psych as they send things over to their teammates in that corner. This is kind of just a free-for-all. Touching. Different cars got hands on the ball every couple of seconds in that corner there as we pass things over and get a massive clear for both sides. We clear one way and then we clear the other. And Gil's just going to laser shoot that in there.
Gil just finding the defense in an awkward position off of AU's touch, and Below just isn't able to make a really quality touch to save it.
Looks like as our next 50-50 coming in, we have Boise State 4, 50 seconds remaining. Averett is down 4, and as these seconds tick down, Boise State is just kind of popcorning the ball up. We see it go, we see Gil send it up, and now we see it bounce once, twice, and then AU's gonna go ahead and take that, send things over to Balone, who sends things to Durtho.
Durtho the sidewall, AU's falling up quickly, does get the touch off the ceiling, pass back. Not able to follow it up. Durtho making the touch of the sidewall. Could be an opportunity for Averett University here. Cloak to pass out. That guy Paul is up. Insting out the touch. Gil is in the back line. Does get the touch. Almost to the pass out to Durtho. Isn't going to find it as Averett has a really good level of defense. That guy Paul could equalize it here. Doesn't get the double touch. And as that last second, it's going to clock down. A lot of demos coming out as well.
Ooh, Durtho's going to get that. Look at all those accolades. That is Boise State 5 to Averett's nothing. Boise State winning round 2 in a pretty dominating fashion.
Not as dominating as last game was as well, which speaks a level to Averett's defense as well. Sort of stepping it up, and we did see that sort of development of the demo play style as well, that they sort of articulated a little harder at the end of the first game as well.
All right, so we do see the Boise State Blue Broncos here. 73% of all total goals taken. Averett, those stats look better than last round. Definitely there's some improving.
Oh, yeah, they definitely made a lot of improvement. You know, when you take the score lines just alone, you know, we talk about that a lot of, you know, you can't just look at the score lines of the games. You know, there's a lot deeper story to tell, and I feel like that's also the case here as well. Is Averett definitely making sort of a comeback in the way they've been playing and the way they've been shifting as defense as well. Sure, are they awkward at times? Yeah, but you know they're still improving it as they go on and giving Boise State a little bit of trouble that's demanding a lot from them.
So at this point, they're down to the goal is to keep improving every round, right? And then maybe take a map. The goal is not to like beat Boise State at this point.
Yep.
And so I think that should be the goal. That is easy. That is obtainable. That is something that they're already on the right track of doing as Boise State just scores goal after goal after goal and takes round after round.
AU definitely looking to step up and sort of making those baby steps is definitely what you're looking for. But Durtho off the ceiling.
Too bouncy. Not quite going to get that goal there.
Almost found it though.
Looks like Instinct's going to find it, though. Again, we just see the Instinct highlight reel. Now we're in this, I believe this is round 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Game 3. And just a little bit of confusion coming out from AU side.
So we now see Boise State up 1. Averett, 4 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. Lots of Rocket League left to play. And remember, again, the goal for Averett is just to improve. As AU gets demoed by Gil, this might be the opportunity that Boise State needs to go in there. We kind of see a little bit of bouncing back and forth. Instinct is going to bounce that straight mid. That guy's going to get the touch and send it straight to Gil, while AU just kind of waits for their opportunity to touch.
Logan almost have a shot on net. Gil's going to send it upward. Instinct off the backboard. Might have the touch down. Is he going to find it? Is AU going to be able to make a touch? Does he get a little bit of confusion in the back line? Bumping their own teammates. That guy Paul's going to get a touch off the sidewall. Looking for the 50. Isn't quite go in their favor. Bloke making the touch out mid. Gil is there and ready.
And that was with Durtho demo, too. That was Gil and Instinct just popping off. We see the pass. We see Instinct there to defend. We see Gil get the final touch, and it looks like there's nothing AU can do to stop that goal. Boise State up 2 to Averett's nothing. 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining.
So a lot more game here, and Boise State definitely picking up a lot of steam. Instincts up off the ground. Getting a demo. Could set up Averett for a lot of momentum. That ball is sitting in front of net, but there's going to be a clear. Durtho's up. Makes the second. Is it down? It is.
treating the back bar like a team member there, passing it back and forth as Durtho gets that. We see careening through the air, hits backboard, gets that second touch, spikes it straight in.
Boise State just finding that good level of passing. They're not afraid the ball's in front of their net. They're still going to look for their teammates downfield, and that's exactly what you want for a team that's looking for success here. Durtho getting a little bit of air dribble. Is going to pinch it down with 2 Advert players. Pass off the corner is their defense. There is not, unfortunately, from the side of AU, and Boise State goes up 4-0.
It looks like we see that guy attempt to touch, but Durtho and Instinct are just there to immediately set Gil up straight through midfield, and that guy can't get there in time to get a touch or a subversion or anything. Boise State up 4 to Averett nothing. 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining as this 50-50 is going to go the way of Averett right now, as Instinct just gets a massive clear straight to Durtho, and Durtho gets the first touch, the second touch, but it's a little too high on that crossbar there.
Loke's not going to get it clear to Boise State side. Durtho getting a bang up, doesn't quite get the power the Instinct was looking for. That guy keeps control of the ball. Might beat out Gil, doesn't quite make it though. Loke having control, does get the second touch, looking for a third or a pass out for a teammate here. Instinct making the good defense on the wall. Instinct is going to be demoed nonetheless. Durtho putting a little bit of style on the ball.
Dribbled while turning a 360 almost there, just dribbling as he rotates in a circle. We do see Instinct now with that, passing it back and forth, setting Durtho up, and Durtho will get that goal, putting Boise State up 5 to Averett nothing.
A lot of power on that ball, and you just see how fast BSU is able to turn on teammates' touches, and just they know exactly what they want to do in the ball when they see it in the air, or just they know what they want to do. That's all it simply takes. When you know what you want to do and you don't hesitate. A little bit of confusion off kickoff here, but the pass out to Gil nonetheless.
Looks like Gil's going to send this over to AU, kind of trying to do his best, rotating around over into the blue. Ideally for below to pass it to, and it looks like we're going to get a massive clear for the side of Boise State. We are now back in orange territory, and now that guy is forced to defend instead of score, as that ball is so high in the air. That guy's going to get a pretty big clear, but Instinct's chasing after it, so they will not get a shot on goal just yet, even as AU takes possession of the ball and passes it right to below.
Scoring opportunity for Averett University is closing down here as you get to this 2-minute mark. Instinct looking for a shot, still up in the air, does get it, as no AU defense is in the sight here.
It's funny that Instinct was demoed right when they get that, right? So we see Instinct kind of put it up in the air, but then AU just takes them out, but they've already touched the ball. So like not even there for their own highlight reel. Boise State up 6 to Averett nothing, 2 minutes and 1 second remaining.
A little bit of revenge for that goal that was scored there. Instinct looking for a pass out to Durtho. Durtho does get one. Actually, Bloke's going to get a pass out of that guy. That guy getting a really good 50. Could set up teammates for the potential of a goal. And open now on the side of Boise State. Gil not able to make the touch. AU being credited for the score.
And it looks like now there's that one goal. That's what they need, right? This is the improvement that we were talking about. Can they fill up the gap? I mean, I guess we'll find out with 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining, but that is a tall order.
It is a large mountain to climb, but off that kickoff, it is very doable here. Gil's going to get a clear off the sidewall. Instinct's up, going to beat 2 of the AU defense here. Durtho trying to make the read off the corner wall. Doesn't quite get it. Below now with the ball on top of the card. He's going to get the flick, but keeping up with the ball nonetheless. The pass out to Gil, out to midfield. Instinct is up. Is it down?
Ooh. First touch, second touch. Gil gets the assist there, but the rest of those alcohols are straight Instinct in the chat. We see Instinct kind of pop it up, get the touch off the backboard, treating it like a team member, and then immediately going to get that shot in there. Boise State now 7 to Averett 1, 1 minute and 24 seconds remaining.
Durtho's going to keep control of this ball after going in the AU's favor for this kickoff. Getting one up, might have the second touch. AU having a good defense, but it's not good enough. The follow-up from Boise State is very strong.
Durtho sending it straight through main, bounces off the backboard, sends it right into Gil, waiting for that score. Boise State now up 8 to Averett 1, 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining.
Good 50 off the kickoff here. Instinct's up, looking for Durtho on that corner wall. Durtho does get the touch, but the pass out from the pass to Gil. Durtho
Durtho's saving?
putting a little
The
bit of
enemy's
work on the other side of the net. Gil getting a good demo on the AU to stop that offensive push they had. Bloke with the shot on net is going to be saved out by Gil. That guy Paul getting a good 50, could set up AU. That guy's going to send it off. Durtho's up, gets the touchdown. Durtho playing a little bit of display of the aerial mechanics.
So we see kind of up through the air, bounces it off that crossboard, and then just barely touches it with that back tire there to send it in. Now Boise State up 9 to Everett's 1, 40 seconds remaining.
Could see another one of those double-digit games looking for.
Oh yeah, they're already,
Durtho might make it.
I mean, right there. There it is. There's the double-digit game. And if you're Everett, you've scored at least 1 goal, right? You've taken one off of Boise State.
Yep. But
if you're Durtho, you just send it straight, almost from midfield, and get that very accurate goal in there.
A level of dominance and control of the ball that the Broncos are exhibiting in this match and out throughout this pitch. This AU's defense is actually left alone. Durtho's probably going to look for a play off the corner wall here. Does get one free flip reset. Is looking for Gil. Not going to make it. AU's defense is going to come out and clutch here as they clear the ball. This could be a counteroffensive here in this last 12 seconds. Not as Instinct clears it out.
And Instinct's going to get that massive clear, and then their score off the back of that massive clear, and there was nobody, they were pushing, right, Everett? So we see Instinct just kind of send it straight through main, while Beloke and that guy try to get there fast enough, but are unable to from their offensive position.
8 seconds left. You know, it looks like it's going to...
11 to 1.
11 to 1 is a very tall order to make back for AAU. But you are right, they did get that one. They can take pride in that 1 goal, that's for sure. Oh!
Wow, they almost took that second one
almost.
there. There was nobody in the net, so we're going to say that's 11 to 2. Because AU kind of had that there at the end. However, total shots, 94% to 6. We see the only one putting shots on goal at all was AU, so that's 6% that was just straight up one member on Everett University.
It's tough to it's tough to make that comeback, especially when the Broncos are such a dominant team and a dominant force to work against as well. There was that level of control that they just had that was unparalleled, and it takes a lot to sort of muster back, not only morally and confidence-wise, but also just as a team to sort of make it back as you keep kind of playing these games.
And I do think that was 3 out of the 7 in the best of 7 series. So I do believe that this will be match point.
Yep, this is match point here. Right out the pitch, Gil getting a good bang out the dirt though. Wow!
That match point is looking good for Boise State.
They are feeling good right now, and just you cannot ask for a better pass out from Gil, and the finish from Durtho was just mwah.
So, 1 to Boise State, 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. Everett to nothing here as the 50-50 will go the way of AU. But Durtho's taking that ball, playing keep away up in the sky, trying to set Instinct, up for a goal, but they will be unable to as Gil's going to send it right back over to Durtho and actually just straight up go in themselves, pop that up in the air. Both Gil, Instinct, and Durtho are all ready to follow up on some things. And that demo coming out, Everett does not quite have the push that they need. 2 members demoed, so Instinct is just going to score that. I think that was a toss-up because there were 2 members of Boise State kind of going into the net with the ball there. We see Instinct and we see Gil. Each one of them trying to get the last touch.
A little bit of competition between teammates, and just a little bump and set is all it takes for this team to find the kind of rhythm they need. Durtho's going to get the ball around. AU is not going to find the dunk down on that, however, though. That guy, Paul, trying to reposition here. Bloke is going to get it clear, though, however. AU getting around Gil here. Could be an opportunity if there is an attacker here from Adam University. There is not. It's just going to flick it out.
And it looks like Instinct is demoed. Now might be the time if you're Everett to kind of make some moves, and they're trying to get that big clear there. It looks like Beloke's going to get it, but Instinct is going to touch it so it doesn't turn into a goal there. And Durtho's just kind of laying in wait while it will be Gil defensively and Instinct that get the clear.
Dortha getting a little bit of back pass here. It's going to keep control of the ball with that air dribble. Passing out to Instinct. Instinct's now looking for a play off the wall. Does get one touch. Gil is also on the backboard. Could leave the net a little bit open as Dortha's the last defense. Don't need much more than that. Pass out from Dortha to Gil. And then right back to Dortha.
That goal felt a little bit stolen by Dortha there. Gil already had the touch in, but then Dortha got the final. See, that was going to go in anyway. And then Dortha almost defended their goal for them to get that score. So that is Boise State up 3 to Averett nothing with 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining.
You got to steal the goal when you can from your teammates, you know?
Looks like we kind of see Gil's going to get that massive clear straight main and actually just get a goal off that clear.
A good flick, punishing Averett University for their level of aggression. Committing 3 members and not finding anything out of it. It's going to hurt your open net.
There's nobody that could stop them there. Now Averett, the defensive game, 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Boise State up 4 to Averett's nothing. This is match point for Boise State. So as these 3 minutes tick down, Boise State gets closer and closer to another ECAC victory. Dortha's definitely helping with all that.
Dortha finding the hat trick. Gets a bang, manages to stay up with the ball and gets a quality read and just gets it right on the nose of the car. And it's going to get such a powerful shot. Nobody on the side of AU defense could possibly hope to defend against.
So it looks like we kind of see Dortha air dribbling, going to bounce that back off the backboard. Get that second touch just barely, a little bit bouncier than we would have liked, but the goal does end up going through. We just see Dortha in the skybox there, bouncing back and forth, and they're going to get that goal.
Get that last final touch, and with just under 3 minutes left here, 6-0. This mountain's getting taller and taller for Averett University to climb here. Instinct with the redirect back to Dortha. It's going to find things, but Instinct might have the shot off the backboard. Good level of defense coming out from AU. But you cannot stop Gil, especially from the corner.
Bounces from corner. Instinct gets the setup on the backboard, and Gil comes sailing in to get that goal. Boise State now 7 to Averett 0, 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. For Averett to catch up, that is 1 goal more than every 15 seconds here.
Oh! AU!
I mean, that's 1 for the 15.
And it has been AU every time. I think AU has scored the goals for Averett University as well every time, and sort of catching, I believe that was Instinct off guard and getting a really good 50 on the top of his car, slotting it top bins.
So now we do see the 50-50 go the way of Boise State, right into AU's waiting hands, who sends it right back to Instinct and Dortha, who are kind of passing it back and forth, going to send it up in the air. They know they have the superior aerial gameplay there. Passing back and forth to Gil. That is another hat trick for the side of Boise State.
This was each member touching the ball at least once for this ball winning the goal.
Yes, this time I believe the third touch by Gil was a little bit unnecessary, but getting all 3 touches in there. Everybody on Boise State is fighting for the goal credit right now.
It is a challenge that I know that our very own Dog Haskell does challenge our Rocket League team to do. Give yourself a healthy challenge is always good as a team. And that is definitely what Boise State's doing for AU. As AU itself comes in clutch with that defense, but Instinct from that midfield shot. A lot of power.
We see AU defend the first goal, but then Instinct sends it right there, and there's nobody else in. Actually, no, Beloka's in net, but unable to get that touch and get that save. Boise State 9 to Averett's 1, 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining.
Right off. Might find a kickoff. Wow, what a pinch coming out from those two. AU being credited with the save. Dortha not the ceiling. Might have the follow-up. He's going to find it. Not going to be able to find it, but Gil is there for the follow-up. So was Instinct.
Dortha kind of put it on pause for a little bit. Came in from the ceiling. Didn't get the second touch themselves, but then backs off and lets Gil get it. And Instinct was racing in there to try for that too.
A hard read for anyone on the backboard of AU.
Looks like the 50-50 is going to go the way of Averett. We do see Dortha now in possession of the ball as we kind of close in on the Averett goal. For what looks like might be point 11 as they're going to get a couple of saves in there.
The shot on net for AU being credited. The pass of Instinct up off the ceiling. Dirtho's not going to find much. The pass in midfield from Gil. And no AU defender going to be able to react fast enough to this ball.
That was a straight right angle. We see Instinct send it right to Gil, who sends it right in. Right angle, right in there. Boise State now 11 to Everett's 1. 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining. 50-50 is going to end with a demo on the back guy.
Instinct might find Gil for a pinch here. Is he going to find it? Actually bumps Dirtho out of the way. But Dirtho still sticking with the ball. Not going to find anything. Does get a 50. AU being that defender again for Everett University, but Gil just always seems to be right there.
It's like AU gets the saves, right? But then there's got to be somebody else, right? You got to kind of rotate who saves the ball. And it looks like Bloke was unable to find that save as Boise State goes up 12 to Everett's 1. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. And as Dirtho's going to score that, Everett, it's going to be a struggle to mentally keep your head in the game.
Oh yeah, to stay strong there, a little bit of miscommunication from those team members. Nobody goes up with Dirtho to challenge the ball, and 13-1 with a minute 8 left. You've got to find a reason, you got to find a way to stay strong and put another one on your board.
Dirtho's getting that other goal off the 50-50. It feels like they're just trying to play net defense, but with AU not even jumping to it, I think this might be it for Everett.
There is a reason why people say, be proactive instead of reactive.
Yes, definitely.
When you're taking, matters into your own hands, sort of trying to read the ball and make level prediction, you can tend to find a lot more success, especially defensive-wise. Oh, that guy, Paul. He's going to find a great defensive save there for AU.
It looks like right now we just see things bouncing back and forth in the corner. Sent straight to Gil, who's not going to be able to get that shot on goal, but is actually setting up Dirtho and Instinct. That guy has really picked it up on defense, but will be unable to stop Gil from scoring. Just too many people passing it back and forth.
Dirtho just putting it right on that corner bend of the wall to make that ball drop right down. Perfect read for Gil. They've all seen it 1,000 times. They know what to do.
Looks like Gil's gonna, actually the 50-50 is not going to go the way of Boise State. We do see Instinct up in the corner with it. It looks like Everett is just playing a hard defensive game right now. They're trying to stop Boise State from getting any more goals in these final 22 seconds.
Dirtho with another shot. Trying to find a little bit of pinch. Isn't going to find it. Gil with the reset out the backboard. Instinct might have a shot. Almost in the corner. Bends. It's Gil. Gil is just finding a way to be a part of every single goal.
Bounces off of the backboard. Instinct gets that touch. Gil needs to be there to get that go in. That is the Gil Instinct duo there for point number 16 for Boise State against Everett with 8 seconds remaining.
I would say making a 15-goal deficit is the definition of impossible with 8 seconds left. And just as I say that, that's going to be the closer out in Game 4 for Boise State versus Everett University.
So 7% of all shots on goal went to AU there. I mean, which is nice for the side of Everett.
It's a higher percentage than 6 that what it was.
Yep.
And it's
There's been improvement.
There is
at least
improvement.
individually.
There is statistic improvement that is it's hard data facts. Nobody can deny you that. Just kind of going off of it, Boise State is that winner for the 4-game series that we had in that best of 7 for ECAC, and just like that, we go ahead and move forward and keep that momentum forward in ECAC, looking to win it all for the 2nd year in a row. And just like that, just sort of not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we also do have Mountain West semifinals coming up, so stay mindful of that. But just in this series alone, we now are trying to transition to player of the game, and we do have our trio that we are going to show off. But if you did have a pick from the 3, what would it be?
All right, so I got to say Instinct really for 2nd game, more so.
Yeah.
I would say Dirtho for
Still my
1st,
pick.
but Instinct for 2nd.
Yeah,
We can have the same pick.
all right. Every time I've done it, it's always been a little different. But I called Instinct earlier, but I do think it is probably going to end up being Gil this time around.
You think so?
I think for this series alone, Gil was a very impactful player, and in the last game seemed to have almost every single goal.
We do see Instinct first. So, and then we see these highlight reels just really came alive, get that first touch, get that second touch, and then now we see some of Durtho's kind of like solo plays here. We see Durtho just kind of dribbling, disrupting, Gil getting the touch, and that would have been a goal, and then it was stolen by Durtho.
Durtho's a little cheeky like that for the teammates, but you know it's always that good ha funny moment.
Oh yeah, definitely. And when you have a lead of like 10+, you can afford to be a little cheeky.
Yeah, no, yeah. They definitely were feeling comfortable throughout this series against AU.
And then Gil, there was your pick, just straight in that net. There's nobody there to contest Gil right now. Gonna bounce things up from the side, send straight to Bill. Now right under AU as they go over.
Mm-hmm. Sort of, I would just head into it. You know, anticipation builds. There was a lot. You know, every player had a key point to play.
Still saying Instinct.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I'm gonna stay strong with my Gil pick.
Okay.
I think it's to stay strong, and as we get into that, feel a little antsy about that one.
So it actually looks like, for the first time in a while, I think Durtho is not one of the two nominations by one of the casters. No. It is Gil and Instinct right now trying to figure out who the real player of the game is right now.
There was a lot of setup for Durtho, but it just, you know, and overall, just pure number-wise of goals scored, I think Instinct and Gil were up there.
So it looks like Instinct will be our player of the game, and honestly just felt kind of like a carry in our second match.
No, yeah, Instinct was definitely a dominant player. And for the ICU player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes the team more successful, just like Idaho Central, helping members achieve financial success. Instinct is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Definitely all players that we had. Definitely had a spot on this board as well.
Oh, yeah, you don't get to double digits if not everybody's putting in work.
Yeah. And from the side of Advert, it definitely had to be AU. I think
100%.
AU definitely had a lot of saves for the side of their team, and also I believe it had one goal every single game.
Yes,
so
it did feel like AU was the Everett carry.
Yep, it definitely felt that way, and you know, respect goes out to both these teams.
And they improved, and sometimes that's all you can do against, like, you know, the number one ECAC team.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely we had the number one. You know, you sort of
that's Boise State's mindset. When we go against the number one, we're like, we're not trying to win. We're trying to improve.
Yeah, we're trying to improve, and, you know, we're just trying to do what we can, really. But sort of as we're closing out here and carrying on with it, do you have any final thoughts to close off with?
I do want to say that even though Everett might come off of that feeling a little bit bad, there was marked improvement every single round that they went up against Boise State, right? And there was, especially on the side of AU, I would really like to highlight lots of like AU solo plays. AU was the primary scorer, one of the primary demoers, and also the biggest defender. So it really felt like AU was just trying to do it all there for Everett.
Definitely was big, and sort of like we said before, overall improvement. And that's all you can really ask for, nonetheless, especially when going against the number one ACAC team who also won it the previous year before. So, you know, you take what you get, you don't throw a fit. Nevertheless, as we kind of close out for the ECAC tournament, we're going to leave you with some messages. But just before that, we do have our top 5 plays of the game, so go ahead and stick around for that. The Idaho National Guard is the proud sponsor of that. The Idaho Army National Guard invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering $20,000 bonuses and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team to join. Reach out to them at twitch@ourguardgaming.com. Don't forget to stick around as we have a Mountain West semifinals playoff match for you tonight. We are very hyped for that on the desk. Stick around for that. We will see you after these short messages. Durtho's right on it. Spood is kind of just ping-pong to these corner walls here. Instinct with the bad 50. Gil getting caught out of possession. Durtho off the backboard gets a good little 50. Spood centering for Benji. Benji with a shot. Instinct, though. Wow.
Amazing defense. Looks like we're not going into double digits at all. Looks like 6 total points on the
50. Benji with possession. Gil off the sidewall. Doesn't quite get the quality touch to clear it, though. Classic off the sidewall. There might be a shot for Spood. It's down.
Boise State and CSU 2-2, 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. Spood is definitely doing a wonderful job of getting those goals in. We are all tied up. Definitely lots more Rocket League.
That guy parking a good 50 could set up AU. That guy gonna send it off. Dirto's up, gets a touchdown. Dirto playing a little bit of display of the aerial mechanics.
So we see kind of up through the air, bounces it off that crossboard, and then just Everett might just want to go next round here. Kind of mental reset.
Yeah. Oh, a good demo. They could end up finding one, and they do. Awesome.
I mean, they've got 2 to the 10. They've definitely got their like ego goals right, but I don't know if they can make up those 8 points. Then
It was a good save by Alice there. A little bit of confusion coming out from Everett's defense here. Gill is up with the shot down. Gill with the hat trick here. It's a little bit of miscommunication on Average University side. Not quite able to find something. They think to get a little bit of breathing room.